Hey broskis, welcome to today's video. Today we're gonna do the patch 9.4 tier list for every single role for low elo and high elo. And I am again gonna take the screenshots from Mobalytics tier list. This means that I'm not gonna watch their explanation as to why they decided to rate their champions as they did. But if you wanna see their explanation, I'll link their video in the description so you can check it out. Yeah, let's go to the first lane. It's his top lane. And here we have for S tier, Kled, Yorick, Garen and Nasus. So Nasus is still a decent top laner. I don't know if I would rate him as an S tier top laner. He's probably closer to A, but he's still a solid pick. Garen, pretty much S tier, yes I agree. Yorick, I haven't seen the Yorick too much, but he got a buff 1 or 2 patches ago, which was pretty nice. So he's probably like A tier in my opinion. And then we have Kled. And Kled is a really strong pick for solo queue. Basically got everything in one kit. He has really good engage, he has solo queue potential, solo carry potential, he can split push, he can 1v1, he's kind of flexible as well actually. Then in A tier we have Yasuo, Rengar, Singed, Teemo, Malzahar, Wukong, Malphite, Sion, Volibear, Maokai and Kayle. Yasuo, I don't recommend him for early players. Rengar, I mean if you watch Scrubnip stream, then maybe like if you've seen him play Rengar top, just do the same thing as he does. Singed, he's a one-trick champion, so either you play Singed only or you don't play Singed, pretty much. Then we have Teemo. Teemo is just all about like being annoying early game and snowball off that. Get either kill, either CS lead, whatever. Malzahar, I haven't seen it, so I don't think it's A tier, I think it's lower. Wukong, I don't see Wukong too much, so it's probably B tier or shouldn't even be on the list. Malphite's always a solid tank. If you need a tank on your team, Malphite's probably one of your go-to champions to do. Sion got nerfed recently, so I would say that Sion is a B tier champion instead of A, but he's still like a decent tank, I would say. Volibear is basically a like counter to tanks because of his E dealing max HP. So against tanks, Volibear is a strong pick. Against bruisers, I wouldn't say that he's too good, but yeah. That's probably it. Maokai is another solid tank. I don't see him too much. So he's probably, I would say that he's worse than Malphite, but better than Sion. So I'll probably say Malphite A tier, Sion B tier, and Maokai like in between A and B tier. Then we have Kayle. I don't know the current stage of Kayle. I don't really see her, but she's getting reworked soon. So let's just wait with picking her in solo queue until like she gets reworked. Then for B tier, we have Riven, Jace, Camille, Vayne, Rumble, Kennen, Swain, Mordekaiser, Illaoi, Darius, Jax, and Quinn. So Riven first up? No. Every low elo player shouldn't be playing Riven. They should be playing something easier. Example would be Garen. Jace, I have seen a little bit of Jace, but I'm pretty sure that most low elo players don't even know how to play him. Reason being that Jace basically has, in theory, 7 abilities. So 3 abilities in melee, 3 abilities in ranged, and then he has 2 different forms, which is his ulti that he switches in between. And most players don't even know how to use 4 abilities correctly in low elo, so having 7 is just even worse. So don't even play Jace. Camille is a solid pick for solo queue. I think she benefited quite a lot from Conquer, so you can play Camille if you want to, since she's no longer a jungler. Vayne, like, don't even play it. It's actually terrible. Rumble is always like, he's been a solid top laner, especially AP top laner for a very long time. He hasn't really been changed. So you've probably seen Rumble being on the top tier list before. And then we have Kennen. Kennen is probably a stronger pick in my opinion. He's probably a stronger like top laner, AP wise, because he has better engage in my opinion. So if you needed like an AP top laner, I would probably suggest Kennen over Rumble, but I guess it's like personal preference, whatever you like playing more. Then we have Swain. I don't really see Swain too much. Same for Mordekaiser, I don't see Mordekaiser too much. Then we have Illaoi. Illaoi could be good in low elo, because all you gotta do is just like get your ulti, then let the enemy jungler gank you, and you go 1v2 with your ult, and you get a double kill, and then the game is pretty much over. Darius, Darius is really strong right now with the new Conqueror actually, so he's probably A tier in my opinion. Same thing for Jax. Then we have Quinn. I have seen a little bit of Quinn, but some players are just better than other players at playing Quinn, so don't really know about the Quinn pick here, but that was it for top lane. So now let's go to top lane high elo. They have the screenshot of it. Okay, here we have top lane high elo. So for S tier we have Jace, Rengar and Yorick. I agree on Jace, Rengar and Yorick, we already mentioned those champions. A tier we have Yasuo, Camille, Klett, Singed, Illaoi, Teemo, Kennen, Sylas, Nasus, Garen. Oh wait, I already mentioned Zion. Yasuo, I agree, if you know how to play Yasuo, he's good. He got buffed by the crit changes, then he got nerfed for 20% of his crit damage from Q. So he's dealing 20% less damage. But he's still pretty good. He's stronger than the previous Yasuo with the old crit items. Camille is strong, Klett is strong, Singed, again he's like a one-trick champion. Here you go in or no. Illaoi, I wouldn't actually recommend Illaoi for high elo, because high elo players knows how to play against Illaoi. Like once Illaoi presses ulti, you just jump away and then you like kite her and then you go back in. Same for Teemo. Most people know how to play around Teemo and don't really like give Teemo the free lead or free CS or free kill that he usually would get in low elo. Kennen on the other hand is pretty good because of his ulti, so pick up Kennen if you want to. Sylas. I actually don't know the current spot of Sylas. I did play Sylas twice, once in ARAM and once in normal. Also once in Earth actually, but yeah. And he seems pretty strong. Haven't seen him too much top lane, so I'm not sure that he's A tier. He could probably be B tier, but I don't really have any personal experience playing him or playing with him or against him, so I actually don't know. Then we have Nasus. I wouldn't say that Nasus is a good high elo pick either. People know how to play against it. Garen, he's pretty good. Sion just got nerfed, so I'll probably move Sion back to B tier instead of A tier. And then for B tier, we have Riven, Gangplank, Rumble, Vladimir, Jax, Darius, Maokai, Wukong, Malphite, Volibear, and Quinn. So Riven and Gangplank, yes. Rumble, yes. Vladimir. Vladimir is basically a hybrid carry, so high elo players will just like try to scale, just go for the CS. And once they get like 4 or 5 items, they basically stomp in teamfights. Jax and Darius we already mentioned. Maokai, they're better tanks, so they should just play Maokai in high elo. Wukong, again, don't think he's that good, so don't even play him in high elo. Malphite, I mean if you're autofill top lane and you want to play it out, you could pick up Malphite. Volibear, again, good against tanks. Against bruisers, I don't really know. And then Quinn, if you know how to abuse range and you know how to roam with ulti, then I mean, you found a perfect champion, but if not, like, he's not that good top lane. Yeah, that was it for top lane. Now we're gonna go to jungle. Just gonna take a sip here. Wait a sec. So, for S tier in jungle, we have Nunu, Ivern, Udyr, Rammus. I agree on Nunu, Ivern, Udyr, and Rammus, but I would probably add... I'll probably add Xin Xiao, maybe only A tier, but yes, I agree on all S tier champions. Nunu, just go and watch, I think Patzer Dragon actually plays Nunu pretty well. Ivern, I suggest watching Styley, previous rank 1. He's Ivern main, he made a video about it, I can actually link it down below if you want to see that. Udyr, pretty straightforward champion. I made a guide on him as well. He's pretty straightforward. If you have no idea how to play jungle, Udyr is a perfect champion. Oh, sorry. Rammus is another like solid tank jungler. He's probably one of the best tank junglers. I think he's slightly better than Sejuani, and slightly easier than Nunu. So if you want that extra tank but fairly easy to play style, Rammus is really good. Then for A tier, we have Shaco, Kindred, Jax, Sejuani, Masti, Kayn, Amumu, Vi, Jarvan, Shyvana, Volibear, and Warwick. So Shaco, I agree. A great Shaco main that I could suggest watching is Chase Shaco. Really good streamer and Shaco player. World's best Shaco. NA Challenger for multiple season. Really nice guy. Kindred. If you really want to play Kindred, then Forest Within, I think his name is a Kindred main, but I don't really suggest playing Kindred. She's kind of bad for low elo. Jax is pretty good. I suggest him playing top more than jungle, but hey, you can play him jungle if you want to. He's still pretty good. Sejuani is slightly worse than Rammus in my opinion, so I would actually suggest playing Rammus instead of Sejuani. Unless you, for whatever reason, don't really win as Rammus, then you can try out Sejuani if you need like another tank. Master Yi, I mean, if you get to late game and you know how to right click, I guess. Kayn just got buffed. I actually think that Kayn is one of the best solo queue champions for jungle right now. So if you wanna watch a good Kayn main, Karis May, world best Kayn player, also multi-season challenger with multiple accounts as well. Really a nice guy. Then we have a Mumu. I don't really see a Mumu too much. I think they're better tanks, so don't really play him. Vi is actually being a new pick that you see in high elo. Not only high elo, like her win rate just like suddenly spiked. And I think it's because of the jungle like meta kind of switching. So Vi is actually pretty good, and she's also pretty straightforward to play. The only problem you might have as Vi is hitting the Q, but it's not the most difficult task to do, so maybe just like get 1 or 2 practice game in normals, then you're good to go. Jarvan, he's a level 2 ganger, obviously a really good jungler. Just perma gank, do red buff gank level 2 mid, get skull crab and gank another lane, and you're pretty good to go. Shyvana. Shyvana has a pretty high win rate, but I haven't seen that many Shyvana players, and I can't really explain as of to why Shyvana is that good. The only thing that I can mention is probably that AP Shyvana has been getting some play, but I don't know if it's the AD or AP version of Shyvana that brings her to like a 51-52% win rate overall. So I can't really explain that one. Volibear, again, good against tanks if you want to. He can early gank, so yeah, Volibear is playable after the recent buffs that he got 2 or 3 patches ago. Warwick, another pretty straightforward champion, good for low elo. If you don't know how to play jungle, he's a really good autofill pick. You don't really get punished for not knowing how to clear, because you have so much sustain, and he's pretty straightforward to play. So he's pretty good. For beats here, we have Lee Sin, Elise, Rek'Sai, Kha'Zix, Karthus, Echo, Xin Zhao, Nocturne, Fiddlesticks, Wukong, Pantheon, and Hecarim. I don't suggest Lee Sin, because he's a mechanical rank champion, don't even play him. Unless you're like mid-diamond level, and you have previous experience with Lee Sin, and you know, and you like the early game playstyle. Elise is a little easier than Lee Sin, I would say. But it's the exact same thing, you have to play really aggro early game. So I don't really suggest her, because most junglers don't know, or most loyal junglers, sorry, don't know how to play the early game, so I don't really suggest her either. Rek'Sai, same thing. I've seen Aldomine playing Conquer Rek'Sai, but I don't know if it's playable for a loyal player. But I don't really suggest either of the top 3 ones. Then we have Kha'Zix, Karthus, and Echo. Kha'Zix, pretty straightforward champion, one of the easier assassin junglers out there. Karthus, I actually think Karthus is A tier, maybe still S tier for low elo. Because you can just perma farm. Junglers don't really counter jungle in low elo, so you can just get free farm and ulti at level 6. Even though he got a small nerf, if you know how to kite properly, it doesn't really affect him anyway. Echo, I haven't seen Echo, so I can't really comment on it. Xin Zhao, as I mentioned, I think Xin Zhao is A tier. Just like Jarvan, just level 2 gank. Nocturne, I've seen Nocturne getting some play, but I personally don't like playing Nocturne. But if you have a solid win rate with him, yeah, he's pretty good. Fiddlesticks, I think Fiddlesticks is better support than jungle, so just play him support. Wukong, like, I don't know why Wukong is on every single tier list for every single role, but he's not that good. Like, trust me, he's not worth playing or picking up. Then we have Pantheon, another level 2 ganker, just do the exact same as I mentioned with Jarvan. Then we have Hecarim. Hecarim, I've seen Chase Shaco playing Hecarim once Shaco is banned, and he's playing like pretty well. Just like rush Mobis with Predator and just like gank over and over again. That's pretty good. So Hecarim might actually be A tier instead of B tier, but yeah, that's that. Then we go to jungle, Hylo, Iron, Nunu, and Sejuani. So basically tank junglers are dominating. I would personally add a Rammus in here. And maybe a Kayn, maybe a Kha'Zix, maybe a Xin Zhao, maybe a Karthus as well in there. But yeah, I am not really gonna mention any of the previous junglers that we had in the old jungle elo, the low elo one. But the new ones are Zac, Nidalee, Evelynn, and that's it actually. So Zac, I haven't seen him being played. So if you're a high elo jungler, I don't really recommend playing Zac. I don't think he's A tier, maybe B tier, but I think that the tank junglers in S tier are better than Zac, so don't even bother playing him. Then you have Nidalee. Nidalee, if you know how to play early game, is the exact same thing as Elise. I think they're actually neck and neck. If you know how to play early game well as Nidalee, you can perform just as well as Elise, so I'll probably say that they're both A tier if you know how to play early game. If you don't know how to play the early game, just don't play them. Rengar, another assassin jungler, a bit more difficult to play than Kha'Zix, but if you know the playstyle, or especially if you watch Scrub Noom, you can pick him up. And then we have Evelynn. Evelynn is just a hardcore solo queue champion. Like, as soon as you hit level 6, everyone has to respect you, and if they don't, they get one shot, and essentially you'll high carry late game and team fights, just assassinating one guy and getting out. So every team fight should be 5v4 in your advantage if you get fed as Evelynn. So pretty good champion as well. So yeah, that's that. Now let's go over to mid lane champions, and here we have for S tier Anivia, Zilean, Vel'Koz, and Wukong. Anivia, I don't think that she's that good for lower elo, because Anivia is more about like farming, and I personally suggest champions that can either roam or solo kill in lane, who has really good mid lane pressure, because in my opinion, mid lane is one of the strongest roles out there since jungle got nerfed. And yeah, I'll probably say that mid and top are like the best. So I would suggest something that can either roam or solo kill in lane. That means I don't recommend Anivia. I think Zilean is a great support, so play him support instead of support. Oh, play him support instead of mid, sorry. Vel'Koz, I don't see him except ASAP playing him. Wukong, like, get this champion out of here. And instead, the champions that I would suggest putting in S tier would be assassins. So it would be Zed, it would be Talon, it would be Fizz. Probably those champions. But yeah, some of them are in A tier here, I can see. So in A tier, we have Katarina, Yasuo, Zed, Xerath, Karthus, Cassiopeia, Mordekaiser, Ahri, Fizz, Lux, Malzahar, and Veigar. So Katarina, if you either watch Cat Evolved or Flyer back, you can play Cat, but she's pretty much like a one-trick champion. The more you play her, the better you perform, more consistently as well. Yasuo, as long as you don't play cocky and you respect enemy jungler and you actually pay attention to where your jungle is and the enemy jungler is and you ward up, you can play him. If you don't do those kind of things, like, you're just gonna hardcore int every single game, so then don't pick Yasuo. Zed just got the lane buff. I really suggest playing more Zed. I actually don't think that Zed is like that difficult to play. A good mid laner that I would watch if I wanted to learn Zed is Asa, AZOH. He's also a streamer, and he plays assassins really well in like mid diamond, I think he is. Then you have Xerath. I don't really suggest Xerath because people are not confident with skill shots in lower elo. Karthus jungle is better, so play Karthus jungle instead of mid. Cassiopeia, I see Cassiopeia like once in a while and she's kinda good. But I think she's better high elo than low elo, so don't need to pick her up. Mordekaiser, I don't see Mordekaiser, so don't play him. Ahri is always a solid pick. I really suggest playing Ahri actually. She can both solo kill and roam pretty well, so she's pretty good. Fizz, one of the champions that I suggested. He's a really good roamer and solo kill laner, and he can also actually tell that with his E, so that's that. Lux, if you know how to like hit your Qs consistently, you can pick up Lux. Malsa and Veigar, like the zone control mages that are really annoying to face, they're always strong and they're always annoying. So if you want to be annoying mid laner, not really that skilled, but you win the game, like pick up either Malsa or Veigar. Then for beats here, we have Twisted Fate, Aurelion Sol, Vladimir, Quirky, Orianna, Echo, Morgana, Nocturne, Swain, Lissandra, Annie, and 6. So Twisted Fate, no. I think the only like Twisted Fate player we have in EU is Groscore, and he's Master Tier, so he's not really low elo. So TF is all about roaming, and most people like in low elo don't even know how to do that. Aurelion Sol, same thing. They don't know how to roam. If you want to see how to play Aurelion Sol, you can go on what's VG, VCHEE, I'm pretty sure. He recently started to play Sylas, so I don't even think he mains Aurelion Sol anymore. Vladimir is a solid pick if you want to go full late game. He is sadly not able to roam or solo kill that easily, but if you get to late game, you can carry. Quirky, I hate like having Quirky mid in my team, so don't play him. Orianna, another solid pick if you know how to time your ulti perfectly in the team fight. You can hard carry that. Echo, he's like okay, he can kind of have lane pressure by solo killing, but also like semi good at roaming. I think there are better options, but if you like Echo and you perform well on him, you can pick him up. Morgana, better support. Nocturne, jungler. Swain, I don't see him. Lissandra, kind of like Malsa and Veigar. Sometimes she's better, sometimes she's worse. It kind of depends on the team comp. Annie, like, you all know the Annie bot big plays. So if you wanna just get some free wins playing a high burst mates that doesn't really rely on skill, and get some quick free elo, you can pick up Annie. Then you have 6. I don't know why he's there. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he belongs there either. Then high elo, we have Zoe, Vel'Koz, Veigar. Zoe, yes, she's pretty strong. Vel'Koz, I again only see Asa playing Vel'Koz. And Veigar is just always annoying. Then for 8s here, I'm probably only gonna, we only gonna focus on the new ones we have here. We have Kassadin, really strong late game hybrid carry. You can pick him up. Cillian, I still suggest him in support. And all the old ones, I already mentioned them. Then in beats here, the new ones we see are Jace, Nico, Diana, and Sylas. I think Jace is pretty good if you know how to switch in between the two forms. Nico, pretty good as well. Not as broken as Zoe in my opinion, but she's still kinda strong. Diana is really strong. One of my mods called Nini got from Platinum to Master Tier. I know it's early season, but it's still like a really heavy grind. With the Diana having like average like 15 kills. Not even like joking. Actually 15 kills. And Sylas, in my opinion, Sylas is still kind of strong, so you can still actually get away with picking Sylas in solo queue. He's just not ban worthy, but he can still be okay. Then S tier ADCs, we have Yasuo, Twitch, Sivir, Jinx. I don't think low elo players should play Yasuo at all, so just don't. Twitch, if you like the late game Red RL playstyle, you can do that. Sivir, pretty straightforward, and Jinx. As long as you're not facing assassins, I think Jinx is okay. Then for 8s here, we have Draven, Ezreal, Kalista, Kai'Sa, Vayne, Lucian, Jhin, Caitlyn, Ashe, Kog'Maw, Miss Fortune, and Tristana. Draven, no, he's too difficult for loyal players to manage. Ezreal, yeah, you can pick up Ezreal, he's pretty broken. Kalista, I don't even know why they like suggest her to loyal people. Like, it's kind of int. Kai'Sa, still pretty good. Vayne is pretty good. Lucian is pretty good. Jhin, again, if you're not facing assassins, he's pretty good. Actually, Lucian got a nerf on his W. So Lucian's actually not like blind pick worthy anymore. It's not like you can pick Lucian blind pick and you get away with everything as you could before. Lucian is pretty much only viable, or not only viable, but he's best in the matchup where he was already good. The matchup where he was either struggling or only going even, I'll probably just playing something else. Then we have Caitlyn. Totally agree on that one. I think Caitlyn is pretty good. Ashe, I have seen a few Ashe players, but not anyone like playing Ashe well, so I don't know. Kog'Maw, If you have Ardent, especially a Lulu player, play Kog'Maw or Twitch. MF, the lane bully, we all know her, we all hate her Qs. Pretty good, but again, if you're against assassins, not the best pick. Tristana, Tristana's okay as well. Then for beats here, we have Corki, Varus, Saya, Mordekaiser. Corki, no. Varus, maybe. He's kind of bad, so I probably suggest something else. Saya's okay, especially if you have a Rakan. And Mordekaiser, I mean, if you have your Blitz or Fresh, you could probably go with him. And get the early Drakes and then rotate. Then ADC high-low, yeah, Yasuo and Draven, yes, if you know how to play those champions, yes. Sivir, yes, I would again probably add Kai'Sa in there. Then we have Kalista, Ezreal, Lucian, Vayne, Kai'Sa, Caitlyn, Twitch, Kog'Maw, Ashe, Mordekaiser, Jinx, MF, and AT. Pretty much all the ones I mentioned before as well. I still don't think Kalista is good, so pretty much everyone besides Kalista and Ashe you can play in A tier. And then the B tier, the new ones we have are Heimerdinger, and he's Heimerdinger and Quinn. I'd never see Heimerdinger and I never see Quinn, so just play someone else. Oh, wait. Can we get support here? Okay, support. For S tier, we have Nami, Taric, Vel'Koz, Sona. Nami, I agree. Taric, I have seen a few Tarics, but I don't think he's as strong as the Ardent Sensor supporters. Maybe I'm wrong here, I'm not sure. But maybe Taric is A tier. Vel'Koz, pretty much a counter pick to Ardent Sensor supports who are squishy. So, if you're facing an Ardent support, you could pick Vel'Koz up. Sona, pretty much just spamming abilities. Fresh, Seraph, Fiddle, Diana, Cillian, Blitz, Brand, Soraka, Lux, and Siren A tier. Pretty much either we have the Ardent support or you have the counters to Ardent support. So, Fresh, I mean, if you know how to play Fresh entirely, this means that you know when to flay, you know when to do your Lantern. Not only just the Q part. I know everyone loves the Fresh hooks, but play Blitz instead if you're only focusing on the Fresh hooks. Seraph, I still don't think Seraph support is that good for loyal players because they need to hit so many skill shots. Not all of them are that easy compared to some other AP supports. Fiddlesticks, pretty strong as well. Diana is Ardent, Cillian. Late game, 30-second Guardian Angel, pretty annoying to face. I played myself, it's pretty broken. Blitzcrank, if you press Q, like you get a kill. Brand, AP support countering Ardent. Draka is Ardent. Lux thinks he's better mid than support, so player mid, I guess. Syra, also like a counter to Ardent, just one-shotting. Then in B tier, we have Pyke, Bard, Alistar, Lulu, Morgana, Braum, Leona, Veigar, Carmen, Nautilus, and Maokai. Pyke, yeah, he's pretty good still. Bard, no, I don't suggest any loyal player playing Bard. Alistar, he's still not that good actually. Lulu is probably A tier, maybe S tier, especially with Kog'Maw on Twitch, but just in general she's pretty good. Morgana, great counter to most champions, mainly picked as a counter pick, so that's that. Braum, still good with Lucian and Kai'Sa, besides that, don't pick him. Leona, an all-in lane. He's probably one of the okay, like, tank all-in supports, but I still don't know, I don't see it too much. Veigar is pretty disgusting with MF, but other than that I don't think it's too good. Karma, the tank Karma top is way better. Actually, another thing about it, Karma top wasn't even mentioned. If you play tank Karma top with Klepto, that's broken. Play that instead of support. Nautilus, don't see him. Maokai, I don't see him. So that's that. And then last but not least, we have the high elo support tier list. And here we have Fresh, Diana, and Sona in S tier. All pretty strong picks. We've seen them in the low elo tier list as well. Then in A tier, we have pretty much the exact same champions, maybe moving some of them have moved a few spots. Bard again here, I actually suggest him if you know like how to play him. He's a unique support, so one trick him is great, but pick him up like for 1 or 2 games is terrible, so decide if you want to one trick him or not. Ornn, I only see one Ornn support player, and his name is actually Ornn support, and he is on NA. And I don't really see him too often. I want to see him on other streamers that he's picking it, so I don't know about that one. Galio support, haven't seen it, so probably not worth picking up. And then other than that, we see like almost the exact same supports as in the loyalty list, and they're like pretty much, I mean, for the most part, like most of them are correctly placed, but yeah, I already mentioned like what supports I'll swap in between and where I'll place them. So yeah, that's that. This was my patch 9.4 tier list. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you have any questions regarding why I placed the champions as I did, or if you like I am missing out, or you disagree on my comments about the champions, or anything generally against about like anything, like what do you think about this champion? Why do you rate this champion here and not here? Why do you say that this champion is this bad, or anything like that? Feel free to comment it down below in the description. I will comment fairly often throughout the weekend and next week on this video. So if you have any questions, you can comment down below, or you can tune into my stream. There will be a link down below in the description, twitch.tv/Kami_Khalix, sorry. And you can ask me live on stream there, and I'll basically respond to your questions there. So yeah, that was that. Remember, if you want to see more detailed explanations to some of the picks, you can watch the Mobalytics video. I'll link it down below. And yeah, this was pretty much my 9.4 tier list. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like. And if you would like to see my next update on any league related stuff, make sure to subscribe. And I will hopefully see you guys in my next YouTube video or on my live stream. So see ya, broskis.